Hello guys, these are all my thoughts and opinions. I do my own research. I base my opinions on what's out there, basically. Do your own research and be nice in the comments, okay? What I'm really gonna say now, they're all my opinions, but I'm just really want to stress that these are all my thoughts and opinions. I received so many emails from a bunch of you guys saying, look at HG Tutor videos. They're fantastic. They are all fantastic. I love what he says. I love his rationale. But something was bothering me, where he says that Meghan Markle is unaware of what she's doing. So I decided to contact for me to evaluate the HG Tutor, I am no expert. So I contacted somebody who's worked 41 years in this field. She's a very, very respected psychiatrist, and she works from New York. She's been a psychiatrist for over 43 years and counting, and she's worked 22 of those years with specializing in psychopathy of the narcissist and psychopaths. She's actually worked with the FBI to try to decipher how psychopaths think in order to catch them or whatever, So I reached out to her and I said, you know what? And I asked her, I didn't tell her who it was. And I said, is it true that all narcissists, medium or level range, are unaware? And this is her answer to me. She says that absolutely not, that everybody is aware. And then she gave me the example of, for example, a dog, which we consider not very smart, by our standards. But then she says, even a dog knows when he does something wrong. Even a dog knows its boundaries. This is why you're able to train dogs to see what's right and what's wrong. Even a dog has a level of awareness. And then she said to me the following: all narcissists are aware that what they're doing is wrong. What varies is the level of psychopathy. I didn't understand that, so I said, what do you mean by that? She says, you have positive narcissism and you have negative narcissism. Positive narcissists, you will see great philanthropists that, they say, I'm great, I donate, I do this, I do all of that. And they focus on the positive thing because it feeds them in a positive way and they want to be popular. But whereas you have other narcissists that, for example, serial killers or rapists or whatever, that they don't care. They have no empathy. They just care about feeding that moment. Don't get me wrong, the positive narcissists as well, they just care about that feeling, that high they get from being the most popular, the most loved ones. But everybody is aware. She told me that she's had so many interviews with psychopaths and narcissists, and unequivocally, they will tell you that they know that what they're doing is wrong. They just don't care. The difference between some narcissists is the level of psychopathy. Some will care more, some will care less. So I told her, and she got curious and she asked me, so I told her. And because I was very surprised that Serena Williams and Beyonce would put their reputations on the line for Meghan Markle. And then my friend said this, well, it's not Meghan Markle they're defending, it's Oprah. And then she explained to me, look at Oprah. Oprah is the ultimate narcissist. We can all agree that Oprah is extremely wealthy. She's of a certain age. She's, her celebrity peaked many years ago. And then ever since, her celebrity, not her wealth, the center of attention placed on her has been in serious decline. So she was not happy with the wealth. She needs the attention because she is a complete narcissist. Do you remember that show? I give you all cars. I give you all cars. I open a school in Africa. I am this great person. I have my favorite things which I'm sharing with you. I can make you famous. It's all me, me, me. Look how I'm loved. Look how I'm great. Look what a great person I am. Oprah used white people And she was very clever. Oh, and another thing that she said to me, my friend, is it depends on the level, how smart the narcissist person is. Because if they're very smart, they will not react. They will fight the impulse of the on the moment reaction. Meghan Markle is not very smart. Meghan Markle is dumb, actually. And I'll tell you something interesting that she told me, but let me finish with Oprah. So this is Oprah was in complete decline. Oprah has had a grudge against white people. She used white people to get where she is, to be very wealthy. But once she attained that position, she resents the very same people who made her wealthy and famous, because she has a grudge, a chip on her shoulder that she's not white. What you see in Oprah is resentment for being black. And she, now that she's in a position acquired or granted to her by this same white people that she's now trashing, is in her mind, instead of being thankful and appreciate the fact that she got to that position thanks to the white people loving her, because the black population loving her, it wouldn't have made her wealthy at all. So this shows Oprah's personality. Now, Oprah was like this boxer, who let's say Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, he was an amazing boxer, in his time. He was an amazing boxer. He should have never gone back to the ring. We can all agree with that. And this is what's happening with Oprah. She's not happy to be out of the limelight. She's not happy. And you know why she needed to come back and be a victor? Because of Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Her connections, her reputation and celebrity took a huge dive. Because to this day, I dare you, fact check me, please, to see that Oprah finally says something bad about Harvey Weinstein. She says, she didn't know, that in the truth of a lot of a word salad, but never categorically says he's an asshole, he did that. No, I did know. She did know. Weinstein is also another piece of narcissism, incredible trash, obviously. When he went a step too far with Gwyneth Paltrow, when he hit or tried to rape Gwyneth Paltrow, and Brad Pitt came to her defense, that's when Weinstein understood, listen, you can rape minor starlets, but not one of us. So everybody in Hollywood know. But as long as he didn't mess with the big name stars, it was okay. Now, Oprah defended and still supported Harvey Weinstein. She really didn't want to come out. She was supporting the Me Too movement, but not really saying nasty things about it. And then when Harvey Weinstein reached out to her to say, can you do an interview with me? She says, only if you agree to tell me the truth. Now, that was a double-edged sword, because it wouldn't have appealed for Oprah, because Harvey she ran the risk of him saying, hey, you knew. Remember, we've done things together. These are all my thoughts, So it took something extremely dramatic to stop or expose Harvey Weinstein, to have people in Hollywood come out and say that one of theirs was exposed for behavior that they all knew about it. So it takes a massive thing. The same thing with Jeffrey Epstein. Woody Allen, he's been accused by his daughter, and it very credibly so. And his movies are creepy. I've never liked them. An older man, seducing a younger, that's creepy. And yet, when Woody Allen, after his daughter's revelations, and accusations came out, they stood up and clapped for him like, we are behind you. This is one of them. And they do it not because they really support him. It's because they don't want to admit that they're just as bad as he is, that the people that they backed, it's that terrible, or it's known to the public because it affects them, because they double down on stuff. So with Oprah, she actually got, worldwide viewing, but not as many. It's only 50 million. Let's not forget how many we are. And Princess Diana on her first night with Panorama, with very little advertising because they wanted to keep it secret. On the first night, she got 24.9 million in the UK alone. And I wasn't in the UK, and I remember we all stayed up. So it shows, and I think over 1 billion people or 2 billion people have seen that. Whereas here, with all their hype and everything, only like 50 million tops. Now, why is Serena Williams defending Meghan Markle and Beyonce? Because the attacks on Meghan Markle are attacks on Oprah. Because Oprah came back to the ring, this retired boxer, it's a metaphor, came back to the ring, and she doesn't want her basically highest profile interview she has done in many years to be nullified, criticized, because everybody's criticizing Oprah Winfrey for such a poor and terrible job she did and her bias, and because all of the lies of Meghan Markle have been exposed. Now, Meghan Markle by herself, she is a nobody. But what makes her interesting is that Harry is attached or related to the most elite family in the entire world. That is the only interesting portion Meghan Markle brings to that. And the fact that she was willing to lie so openly and trash these people, because Oprah resents them. Don't forget that she had Sarah, Duchess of York, to come and do this nasty thing. Princess Diana did a Panorama interview, and it has come to light that she was tricked into it. And in her interview, her beef, just like with the book Andrew Morton wrote, was that her husband did not love her. Her husband cheated on her. Her husband did not support her. Had her husband being a loving, supported husband, we would have a different story. Princess Diana would still be alive. The monarchy would be even higher, ranked much higher. Unfortunately, that's not what it was. But what I'm trying to say is with Princess Diana, it was about not being loved by her man, period. Meghan Markle doesn't fit that bill because that idiot is doing anything to trash his own family. So this is why Serena's coming out to defend. If you look at what Serena said, if you hear what Serena says, she's not saying, Meghan Markle didn't lie. She's saying, Meghan Markle is being attacked. I'm going to tackle this a little bit. From what I understand in Oprah's world, as long as you have one drop of black blood or of black genes, you can abuse, commit crimes. You are entitled to abuse, commit crimes, people who are perceived to be white. Why do I say that? Meghan Markle is abusing her disabled sister. Nobody's picking up on it. Her disabled sister. 2 more lies from Meghan Markle thing. That Samantha did not change her name when she started dating Harry. That is a proven lie. Nobody's picking up on that one. Everybody's concentrated on the wedding. They say, that's the only lie she told. No. Second lie, that's the one. Lie number 2, there's many, but lie number 2 that are proven is that Samantha did not change her last name when she started dating Harry. Samantha, she had seen Samantha not 20 years ago, but fairly recently. There were communications, there's pictures, lies, but nobody's picking on it. So how does that affect Oprah? It affects her because she gave platform. She's backing this person. And it looks bad on her that everybody's now criticizing. She's not going back to being a celebrity, the positive celebrity that she was. But instead, she's going down in the same fame as Meghan Markle. She's been infamous. She's not being famous. To prove even further point from what I believe, is that after she did the interview with Meghan Markle, she posted a picture of herself in her Oprah Daily. You can go see because she changed the name. That she shows up with a huge thing, with hair up and down, with a tiara, and says, bow to the queen. Narcissism at its purest form. However, if you look at Oprah Daily, you will see that she doesn't get as many views. She has to put, like little videos on TikTok that are there. And those get like 400,000 because they're popular on TikTok. But when she posts news about herself and stuff, she doesn't get as very many likes. Why am I saying that this is relevant and I disagree with Tudor? Because Meghan Markle is aware. There was a premeditation. Sure, Meghan Markle came to England looking for her husband. But when she started, but when she hit the jackpot with Harry, this is like winning the lottery, She hit the lottery. She started making plans of what she was going to do with that money. Of course, this is a comparison, right? When she saw that engagement interview, when she was fairly certain that it would be almost impossible for Harry to break off the engagement because it was such a public thing, she started making plans. She didn't bring her clothes to the to the UK. She didn't let go of her PR in the UK nor her agent. And she brought Oprah in because now, once engaged to Harry, she had access to his Rolodex, to his list of contacts, to the royal family's contact. So she started contacting everybody. Not everybody answered. Oprah did, because Oprah saw as an opportunity to exploit this idiot, who's Meghan Markle, who's hungry for fame, to finally get back at the royal family. Now that because for some reason she feels slighted at white people or the royal family. She has this hunger to denigrate the white people. So she sees the royal family as the ultimate symbol of privilege that she hates because she didn't get that privilege. I don't know if it's making any sense. So in that sense, with the Tudor, I disagree, because based on what my friend told me, and she's very, very well versed in this, and it makes sense, because we all know when we're doing something wrong. We all know it. Let me give you a quick example. My ex-husband, I told you I had issues. I remember one time, this is just many of them, but I remember one time, we didn't sleep together anymore. I was in my room. My room was my sanctuary. I would lock myself. Remember, like around 3 a.m, he banged on the door, telling me that I had left the stove on with stuff in it, and it was smoke everywhere. I remember that in my mind. How can I do that? I remember clearly that I had, because I have to have everything in order. Disorder. I have this disorder thing that everything has to be in order. I like to leave my kitchen clean, so when I wake up, it's nice. And I didn't remember leaving the stove on, So I went downstairs, I apologized. Within 2-3 days, the same thing. Paola, the thing is burning, you're going to burn down the house. What is wrong with you? And I realized, shit. I was so sure that it was, because he never cooked. I did all the cooking. In the span of a week, it happened 4 times. So I couldn't sleep the whole night because I was so worried that I would run down the stairs, because our house was 2 floors. I would run down the stairs and did I leave the stove? And I didn't sleep well. It was horrible because I was thinking I'm going to burn the house down. So what I decided to do after the 4th time, I think it was, next to our kitchen, we had a big couch and living room. So I went and I decided to sleep there that night, because we slept in separate rooms. He didn't know that night I had decided to sleep on the couch in the living room next to the kitchen, because I was so worried. Instead of going up and down, I was just going to go and jump there because I didn't trust myself. So I remember I was sleeping there, and around 2 or 3 in the morning, I can't really remember the time, I heard the noise, and then he goes to the stove. I didn't say anything right away, but I saw him put some water, threw some onions and stuff like that, and then turn on the stove and leave it. And then when he was about to leave, I got up and said, "Why are you doing this?" Because I caught him that he was doing that. You know what he said? So what? He didn't care. He didn't care. So Meghan Markle, is not that she's not aware. She doesn't care. He is right, because she's not that smart. So she made some plans, but she's not very good, because because she's not that smart, she can't help herself and answer back, and she doesn't react well, because the way she went about everything was wrong, because again, she's not that smart. and her reactions are bad. This is why she gets D-listers, doing stuff. So in that, she disagrees. And I have to agree with my friend, because I do believe that there was planning. Maybe she didn't know that she was going to get Harry, but she did know. And the fact that Oprah was there years prior, there was going to be an interview with Oprah. That in Meghan Markle's mind, that the interview wasn't about something positive, that's completely different. So in that regards, I disagree with Tudor, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I do agree with my friend. And Oprah, Serena, and Beyonce are talking to help Oprah, because Oprah does not want her most highest interview so far to be something so negative. Now, one thing that my friend told me is that, and this is also reflected in Oprah, is that when Meghan Markle resents Harry for being the famous one, gave her the platform, she really does resent that thanks to him, she has a platform. She's not famous, but she has access to a platform. And Oprah resents the fact that white people gave her that platform, made her famous. So she does anything to denigrate them, to show that she's superior to them, in spite of the fact that these people are the ones who are making her famous. Does that make any sense? It's really fascinating. But no, I disagree with Tudor on that. I think, yes, in everything he said, I agree with that. And also on a little thing, he says that Harry is the empath. I disagree. And he based that on the fact that Harry did 2 tours of Afghanistan and Invictus Games. Harry did those 2 tours of Afghanistan, but it's not the regular tours that everybody did. He had bodyguards everywhere. He was looked after. It was for his image. So I don't know if it's true or not when Prince William said, I no longer can protect my brother, because Buckingham Palace was managing that image very carefully. And there were little glimpses that slid through. But now that Harry's without any protection from Buckingham Palace, we're seeing the real person. So we have to judge him by his actions when he's not has a PR machine covering up all his nastiness. And his actions indicate that he is a narcissist. He may be less psychopathic than his wife because he does love her, but he's still a narcissist. But these are just my thoughts and opinions. Sorry it was such a long video. Thank you so much for your donations. I really do appreciate it. Please make comments there. What do you think? I like H. Tudor. I really think it's great. A lot of people have told me, oh, you're such an idiot. You don't know anything. True. I'm not an expert. My IQ is 139. I'm not saying this to brag or anything. It is just a fact. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that smart, but I understand things. My son has an IQ of 158. He really has a high IQ. Whether he's smart or not, that's a different question. I'm just joking. I love him. Of course, he's a beast when it comes to smartness. My son is the most amazing kid in the world. Yeah. So anyways, what do you guys think? Leave me your comments, and please like and share, and we'll talk later. Oh, by the way, my petition hasn't come yet. Trust me, when it's here, I will be saying it all over the place. So once again, thank you guys.